Hey guys, Mr. T back, and in today's video I'm coming at you guys with the last part, I'm guessing, of the Rainbow Perk Challenge. This might not be the last part, I don't know, it probably is though, because all I need is 2 perks. I got the Wonder Wap, I'm pretty much set up. Oh, it probably isn't going to be the last part, now that I think about it, because we still have to kill George Romero and shit like that. Oh god, yeah. Okay, well, I've got some more topics for you guys to talk about in today's episode. Last 2 episodes ago, I think I mentioned Winnipeg and where my cousins came from. I really do in-depthly want to explain how atrocious Winnipeg is. Now, it's pretty much a cement land. I don't know where you guys live in Texas. What am I saying? I don't know where you guys live in the United States, but there's a lot of... I guess there is a lot of cement places like there are in Canada. And I honestly hate cement. Like, just too much cement in this world, you know? There's got to be more nature and shit. And that's why I love where I live. It's very nice, very beautiful. And I know a lot of people can't afford to live in these types of places. It's completely understandable. I get it. But the thing is, Winnipeg takes that on a whole new level. So Winnipeg is a place that 2 years ago, let me tell you, in the winter, not only does it get to minus 50 weather, but it gets recorded on, I think, a Guinness World Records for colder than Mars. Winnipeg, Manitoba. Welcome to Canada. I used to live there. This is where I was originally born. It was atrocious. Like, literally, you would be in full gear, standing out in 2 minutes in the winter, and you would be freezing your ass off. You literally had to wear, like, little hot heat packets in your hands to keep yourself warm. It was bad. And guys, winter in Winnipeg lasts a very, very, very long time. I'm telling you, it is... Oh my god, that actually scared the hell out of me. It lasts, I think, around 8 out of the 12 months if you're lucky. If you're lucky. Sometimes I've had it where literally it was 11 months. That was the worst. It literally up until... And you'd be so surprised about which month wasn't winter. It was September. That was really nice and summery. But the thing is, summer isn't good there either, because what happens... Okay, why are you running there? What happens in Winnipeg is that I'm going to get a bunch of points, guys. We're going to hit the box. We're going to try and get a good weapon, and then we'll see if we can just take George down with that. But the thing is, what happens in the summertime is mosquitoes. So all the water in the winter evaporates and melts, and what happens is there's these big puddles. Now a lot of it does evaporate, but there's still that motherfucking puddle, you know. There's big puddles of mosquitoes' eggs that are just sitting there, and they just make, there's hundreds of thousands of them. It's literally so bad that the government has to actually come down with a helicopter and just literally dump all these different chemicals to destroy all these mosquitoes. And I'm talking, guys, these mosquitoes are massive. They're huge. Like, you've never even seen them. Like, they're the size of your palm. Like, I saw one of them that was huge, and I was like, nope. I'll see you later, you know. See you in the next life, you know. It's just not that type of day. You just don't want to be there. It's horrible, guys. And literally during the night, it's like, I don't know if you guys have seen Until Dawn. It's like the Wendigo. They come out to feast, you know. Like, I had a patio at my old house when I used to live back in Manitoba, and you put your arm out of the window for 30 seconds, okay, for 30 seconds, and these motherfuckers are all over your arm. They're just there. They're just like, yeah, boy, I'm right here, you know. And they're vicious. Like, I had around 15 mosquitoes when I put my arm out for about 10 seconds. Like, they're just literally, they're like Call of Duty multiplayer campers. They're just sitting there, ready to go, ready to feast. And, like, there's some heavy-ass viruses here. Like, you can get some crazy shit. Like, for example, one of my friends that used to go to my old school, he actually got a really bad virus that actually made him, I think, paralyzed. Which fucking sucks, dude. And it was, I think, called West Nile virus. And I'm not totally sure if it makes you paralyzed. Don't quote me on that. But I did see him in a wheelchair a couple days later. I don't know if he's permanently like that. He might be up and about, but... it's some vicious stuff, and it's definitely not something you should just meddle around with lightly. We're gonna hit one box. If it's not anything good, we're peacing. Because this, we're gonna kill all the zombies here, actually. If I can. Yes, I can. Okay. But yeah, guys, that's Winnipeg's summer and winter. It is literally atrocious. Let me check what else I have. CZ75s, you gotta be kidding me. Yes, I wanted to talk about a couple more things. Okay, so 400k subs, we hit it. Amazing. Thank you, guys. What? 400,000 people chose to subscribe to me. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. I freaking hate this gun. I don't have any ammo. Can we survive the... We are going. We survived. Okay. Trust me, I don't have God mode on. But thank you, guys. Legitimately, I would never in a million years think that I would hit 400,000 subscribers on YouTube. To me, that is crazy, you know? Like, I can't even picture 400,000 people in the same place. And guys, don't worry. I'm going to try and get to 1 million subs. I'm going to be out there for you guys, hitting those big milestones and making sure that I make you proud and that I leave my legacy. I think that's a big, important aspect. Like I say, oh my God. Biggest clutch, jumping over the zombies, 2015. I don't even know. But guys, I've got a great 400k special for you guys that's probably has already came out. By the time this video has come out, probably has. And also, I have a great 500k special for you guys that's going to involve something to do with Treyarch. But hopefully I'll be able to get it out by that time. I think I will. I believe in myself. So, yeah, I think you guys are... Thank you guys again so much. Like, it really has changed my life, YouTube. I would still be working at McDonald's if I didn't do YouTube. Not saying that McDonald's is a bad job. It's just like hard labor, man. And also hard labor, I feel, is almost necessary in all humans, you know, because in Asia, I do believe, in not all parts of Asia, but I do believe, I think in South Korea, a lot of people are forced. I think everyone is forced to actually go into the military for a year just to see how it's like. And I feel that's a really good thing that they do, because it makes people learn discipline, makes people learn respect, which a lot of people in America really don't know. And I feel it's definitely needed in this earth. Not necessarily a whole year, maybe just like a week. Just I don't know, maybe a month. I don't think a week would be enough. Not necessarily the military, just like hard labor, you know, where you're, for example, like I've listened to stories where people are literally just digging in the ground for hours on end, and that's how they learn their version of discipline and respect. There's 100 different ways to do it, guys, and I feel it's definitely something mandatory in a person's life. I've definitely changed from it. It's made me learn the value of money, the respect that people need to get for what they deserve. All this different type of stuff, I definitely do believe needs to be had in the whole community of life, I'd say. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I've got more to talk about. So yesterday, it was very late at night, and I watched one of the movies called The Deep Web. Now, if you have watched a couple of my other challenges, you would know that I have a somewhat skewed knowledge or base of understanding of... Oh, I saw the ray gun mark II. Roll on, you brilliant man, you. But... Oh my God. Holy... Slow down. Okay, we got the L96A1. That's not too bad. But... my understanding of the deep web is definitely not right. So I watched this documentary, and it was very, very interesting. And it was basically talking about how a couple of guys thought it would be a really brilliant idea to start up something called the Silk Road. Now, I don't know if it's still operational on the deep web, but essentially, if you don't know what the deep web is, VR11 sucks, whatever, it's just going to take it. It's a place where you can go to do illegal stuff, and also this is a place where you can essentially hide yourself from the government. You have to access it using something called Tor, and it's very interesting. Now, it's not all bad stuff that criminals always use for their own benefit. There's a lot of other different uses. Like, there's people use it for journalism, people use it for, obviously there's a lot of other stuff that I don't want to talk about, but it was very interesting, and he basically showed how he started off this drug site called Silk Road with a combination of using Tor and Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is essentially the most anonymous way to transfer money around the internet, and it was definitely the way that worked for him. And it was like $1 billion company, and shows how apparently, I guess I'll spoil it for you guys. In the end, they apparently hacked the servers illegally, the FBI, and I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have given it out. They apparently somehow figured out that their server base was based in Iceland, and it was a legal allegation towards this one guy that was known on the site called Dread Pirate Roberts, and he had this own sort of idealism of, I think, libertarianism, something around there. And he truly believed in how the government should not have any sort of affairs with what we do in our private lives. And to some point, I can agree. And it also sort of goes against the Fourth Amendment law that we have in America, which, again, I can understand. And it shows how this Dread Pirate Roberts guy, later on in the movie, you figure out that he's actually run by 3 characters, or 3 people in real life. But only one guy actually goes to jail for it. And he goes to jail for his whole life. Unfortunately, and apparently some people even speculate he was completely innocent. It wasn't even him that did it, which really does suck. When you're thrown into all this stuff, obviously there was evidence against this one guy, but even then, like, when you're thrown into some sort of situation like that, where, like, that's gotta suck. Like, you know, where people go to, like, because there are a lot of people that go to prison wrongfully accused, and they're stuck there, and that's their life. And, like, I couldn't imagine, like, what you would think about when you're just saying that, God, like, this was the life that you've given me, this is the life that I ended up, some bullshit that I get to be locked up in prison for the rest of my life. Like, that's gotta suck. You know, I can't imagine going through that. We're just going to try and use all the ammo that we have on the FNFAL. And try and kill George with it. And then we'll hit the box some more. Oh my god, no. Where the box is at stamina. So let's just go there. Right now, I guess we're just going to focus this episode on killing George. We need to kill him 2 more times. And again, the probability of us getting Quick Revive and PhD is pretty unbelievable. But we'll try. We'll try. I don't know how good the FAL is, but if you guys don't know about killing George Romero, he does have 250,000 health points or hit points. And essentially the best weapon actually against him is the upgraded Dragunov. It is so good, it makes no sense why it's so good. And I believe it's just because it has, I'm not really sure why, I think it's the most damage when you upgrade it. Again, not totally sure why it's the best, but if I do upgrade it, I'll show you guys how ridiculously fast I'm able to kill him. I'm just honestly just cycling through some of the worst weapons possible, just like this CZ75s and shit. This is pretty bad. Dragunov was right there, and then we get the FAL back. Really, honestly, one of the weirdest times where I'm actually wanting the Dragunov. Usually, I hate that gun. And we get the HK. We're just gonna unload, guys. We're gonna literally unload, if you know what I mean. But it was really sad what happened to this guy. And if you guys want to check it out, it's a documentary. I don't know if it's on Netflix. I watched it on a site called Putlocker, where it's like illegal videos, I think, that are streamed on there. Obviously not the best way to watch it, but I didn't know where else to go. And it was really, really interesting. So I truly did enjoy it. Go watch it. Go check it out. And speaking of other media that I've seen on the internet, honestly, I think the HK is one of the weaker weapons against him. Let's just go through the box. The other 2 videos that I watched that, roll on, you legend. My friend put in the Raygun Mark II, and yes, I knew about it, and yes, I had it on my live stream, if you guys have ever watched it. I'm going to show you how ridiculously overpowered it is to kill this smart guy. Look, I'm going to show you. I've never seen something, the texture and the render is great, but look, 2 clips, he's blinking, 3rd clip, he's almost down, 4th clip, he's almost down, 5th clip, unless he nerfed it, 5th clip, he's gone. It's still really overpowered, and I think it's, I think it's crazy, guys. I think it's crazy. And now, what is the perk we need to get? Quick Revive. Quick Revive, baby! Here we go. Let's kill this guy. Quick Revive. Boy! quick revive, and then last thing now we need is PhD or dead. Well, we can't get dead shot. Can't get dead shot. Whatever. Screw dead shot. We don't need dead shot. Whatever. PhD. 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 But I'm probably gonna make this one a bit longer and just end off the challenge because yeah, I'll probably make this one around 20 minutes. We're just gonna speed run through these 2 rounds with the Wonderwaff, upgrade the Ray Gun Mark II, and take down George again and finish off the challenge for you guys. Probably at around round 21. That's my favorite round. Y'all know it. And let me finally get onto the 2 media that I've watched. 2 media videos that I've watched on YouTube. Now, you guys may have watched this. They are pretty popular. They're both CGI animated trailers. Not trailers, I guess. More videos. One of them is called The Maker. And it's a bit odd. It's a bit different in the way it's designed, but I feel it definitely portrays a good message. Now, let me explain to you what happens in the video. If you are watching this right now, I'll put the video links down in the description if you want to watch them. Also, The Maker is another one. Sorry, Zero is a good one that you should watch too. But let me explain The Maker. So, The Maker, it's a little bit odd in the way that the world, I guess, is essentially based off these really weird puppets. And there's this really weird puppet that's in this little room of very tiny trinkets. And they're all different things. And this puppet looks very, very strange. He's got, like, human teeth. He's got, like, googly eyes. And yes, it's weird. I understand. But the message of the video is very, very important. And I really hope I get this across in this video. Now, what happens in this animated trailer, I guess, is that the guy, he doesn't know how he gets in this room. He doesn't know what's happening. He doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know why he's there. He doesn't know anything. All he knows is that he's in a room and that there's a little hourglass that just, while he's looking, tips over and the time begins. And he doesn't know what he's going to do. And then next thing you know, he sees a desk in front of him with a little table, with a little book on it, and he reads the book. And the book says that, the book, as you watch the video, is a guide to learn how to make another one of himself. So he goes through all the process, he goes through all the trinkets and stuff, and he makes a perfect replica of another copy of himself. And that's what he does. And in the end, he sort of makes a lifeless copy of themselves that I guess is in a woman form. There isn't really gender in this. That wasn't really the point. And by the time he finishes this sort of corpse, the time is about halfway gone on the hourglass. And for the rest of the time, he's trying to figure out, how do I get this thing to live? How do I get it to live, like, just be alive and be with me? And so what he does is he goes around, he tries to watch a movie with it. That doesn't work. He tries to go on a park, go in the swing set with it. It doesn't work. He tries many different various things. And then in the end, he realized that he doesn't have much time left. And he looks at a violin on the wall. And he picks up the violin. And he plays the violin. He plays his heart out. And I guess this sort of represents the symbolism of, I guess, putting your ideals into someone. And then by the time he finishes the piece, he opens his eyes, and this lifeless corpse becomes into something beautiful and magical. And it's a person. It's someone there. And he looks back at the time, and the hourglass is faded. It's gone. It's over. And he looks back at the person that he made, and he fades away. And then the creation that he made, the time resets, and he has to do what he wants to do now. And I thought that was such a great video because, one, it was animated. It must have taken forever to make. That Wonderwaff did not work. That's a whole bullshit thing, and I've talked about one of my other top 5s, but it just touched me because that was truly the lesson of that story. If you guys don't know, it's to truly leave a legacy. Now, I guess the best way in that video to describe leaving a legacy is, I guess, having a child or making another person of yourself, because that's what having a child is. You get your X and your Y chromosomes and your genes, and you make another person. You know, you make another person of yourself. And I thought that was such a great message in the way that we need to leave our legacy. That's what we're mainly focused on. Obviously, we need to help others, but in this point of time, when it was just him and there wasn't a society around, he needs to leave his legacy. That's what all our ancestors did. They needed to leave the legacy by helping other people out, and to just get the message across that there isn't much time left. You know, it might seem like there's a lot of time left, but there really isn't. You know, there really is not. And I feel that was such a great lesson that was portrayed in this video. I'm gonna end off this challenge here. We might have enough ammo to take him down. The pack-a-punch isn't here. Zero, I'm not gonna explain too much further in depth because it is, what the hell happened there? It is a bit longer. It's around 12 minutes. It's essentially, I'll explain to you guys a bit more about it. It's essentially a guy who, we're just really waiting on that pack-a-punch now, I guess. I don't want to waste the Mark II ammo because I want to use it on George. Actually, you know what? If we pack-a-punch it, it'll be fine. But it's essentially, it's a whole other fabricated world. It's, I guess, with these little puppets, and it basically shows how you're born with a significance, and you can't choose that significance. It's chosen for you. And this significance was based off of a number. So the highest number you could be is a 9, and the lowest number you can be is a 0. And the protagonist of this video is played as a 0. And the zeros, let me give you an idea of what it is. So I guess it's sort of in terms of job worth. So a good job would be a nurse, and you would be a 6. A millionaire, for example, or an entrepreneur that's successful would be a 9. A janitor would be a 1. So it's very interesting into how the whole concept of that works. And it's essentially, let me just spoil it for a little bit for you guys. It's essentially saying how 0 is essentially a homeless man. Very useless in our society. He does nothing. He's a 0. But in the end, he finds another 0, another woman. I guess there is gender in this one. And he marries, he doesn't necessarily marry this 0 person, but in the end, they do have a baby. And guess what number the baby is? The zeros combined, and they make infinity. And it was essentially, I guess you could say, the highest number ever, and probably an infinity, I guess you could say, I don't know, I don't really know how you could relate to that in real life. Maybe Jesus? I don't know. That wouldn't make sense. But it's just saying, the moral of that story is, you can start off from nothing. Obviously, it's going to be a lot harder to leave your legacy. You're playing life on hard mode, as the gamers would say. George is right over there, so we're going to take him on. And this pack-a-punch camo, yes, is very nice. I totally forgot to say. Yeah, he wanted a shout-out. Alpha Light Top Fan 5. Got you, fam. Got you, fam. But essentially, the moral of that story is you can start off with anything, like I just said, and you can come out of this world leaving a better legacy than anyone else. We all have the same potential of what we can do, but we don't have the same advantages. You know, it's all different of how we all work. We might come up from, I don't know, maybe you lived in Compton, maybe you lived in Mexico, India, and you don't have the greatest of chances out there. And it's not going to work. PhD, why do we even bother, guys? I'm going to end off this challenge here, and the lesson I want to give off with you guys on that is make what you can of life. It doesn't matter where you are, what you have, you can do it. And we're going to end this challenge off on round 21. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like. I'm going to leave off my hood here. Make it serious for you guys. Again, my hair is probably so fricked up. Let's even hit 2,500 likes. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this challenge series. And I'll see you in the next one.